What's going on, team? It's your boy G, aka Janato Sensei. We back at it again with another episode of Janato Explain. Man, today's episode we're going to be talking about Star Wars: The Bad Batch. Let's get it. All right, y'all. So with the release of the first episode of Star Wars: The Bad Batch, and this series moving on forward, I wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about why this series is important. So if you haven't watched the Clone Wars, this might be your first time even being introduced to the Bad Batch, especially as the main characters in the series. And a lot of people don't really know that much about them. So with the first episode, we got a good introduction to all the different personalities and things that make the Bad Batch different and unique. But to me, that's not what makes them important to the overall Star Wars universe right now, because to me, with all of these series, including The Mandalorian, including Star Wars Rebels, even the Clone Wars, the animated TV series, it's all about context, where we get introduced to a lot of characters that are super interesting. And I think Star Wars always does a good job of world building in itself, because I can really appreciate what they're doing with all of these different TV and animated series. For me, the Clone Wars is the best thing that Star Wars has ever really made, up until the Mandalorian, which is just one story. But then the Clone Wars animated series itself, this is the most major time period that we not only have information on, but people are involved in. So like I said, this is all about context. So we have information and series about what the Jedi were doing during Order 66, what the Rebels end up doing after Order 66, but we haven't gotten the clone side of it. So with that being said, that's why Bad Batch is going to be important, because I think we're going to get a different interpretation of what life was like within the Empire. Because yes, in the first episode, they ended up splitting up with Crosshair because he joined the Empire, but we also gained Omega. So I think this story is going to be good. I think the story is going to be important, because we all know that Palpatine got rid of the clones at a certain point during the first days of the Empire, but we don't know why, and we don't know how it all went down. So through the Bad Batch and through this series, we want to actually find that out. So yes, in the grand scheme of things, Bad Batch is going to do what the Bad Batch does, and that is be a wild card. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't follow orders, they move at their own pace, and you got to find out what actually Omega's gift is, because she's there for a reason. We find out that she's also a clone in the first episode, so that wasn't necessarily a super Easter egg, but because you can already tell. But I'm excited to see what actually happens within it. So if you're wondering if you need to pay attention to this, if you're a Star Wars historian like myself, definitely think you guys should watch this series. Still gonna do first impressions of the series later on to get some more episodes in, but I think it's really dope that we're actually going to be able to see how these two dynamics will play against each other, because what's going to happen. But other than that, that's all I really got, man. Let me know what you guys think of the show so far in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below for your boy. Subscribe to the channel for more. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate anybody and everybody that shows support and love to these videos. And I'm gonna go ahead and head up out of here. Y'all know the vibes. Always keep growing, keep going. It's me, boy G. I'm going. Peace.